Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, today we have a very, very special guest all the way over on the other side of the world, 15 hours away from AAA Oklahoma City, which is where he ended his season last year. Hyun-iL Choi joins Dodgers Daily. Hyun, what an honor it is for me. I've talked to you a couple times at Tulsa and Oklahoma City and didn't get an interview while you were there, so now we had to go 15 hours away to do the Zoom thing, right?
yeah. I mean, you've been asking me to get an interview a couple times, but like I was on the AAA, and then when you say, next Wednesday, I was on that Tulsa.
Yeah.
That Wednesday, it was it was a tough situation, but finally we got it. So
I talked to you back in, I think it was 2021 during your season where you were the minor league pitcher of the year, and you could not speak English back then. You might have been able to speak a little bit, but not good enough necessarily to come on for an interview. As people hear you now, your English, I know you've been back for a while, so it's a little bit rusty because you haven't been speaking English the last couple of months. But as people hear you, your English is almost perfect now, man. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I mean, it's been 6 years, and a lot of players who play in U.S. from the other country, they have to get used to all the culture, especially the language, So, it's not I want to learn English. It was just I have to understand English. I have to speak English, so.
You mentioned a couple times when I talked to you the first time we did a written interview, you typed out the answers and I put it in an article. I asked, one of the questions was, what's the one thing you miss the most about Korea? You went immediately to the food. So when you got back to Korea, what was the first thing you did when you got back for the off season?
I went back straight to my house, and I live with my grandma and my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my favorite food is my grandma's food. So as soon as I get there, all the food was ready at the table, and I just crushed it. That was first thing I did it.
So what's the off season been like? I know you're getting ready to work out. It's 11:30 in the morning. At my time, it's 8:30 here in Oklahoma p.m. It's 11:30 a.m. in Korea where you're at. So what's the off season been like since you've been back home?
Actually, first couple weeks, I was just get adjust about jet lag. I've been waking up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. this time, so I was so tired all day. But after getting used to it, I just wake up at 9 and go to the gym and start workout at 10:30, 11. And during the off season, you just work out 3 or 4 hours, and the rest of the day you just chilling or hanging out with your friend, hanging out with your family. It's just been awesome, having great off season.
So for those of us who don't know, like me, you say you chill out for the rest of the day with your friends or whatever. What is chilling out in Korea? What does that actually entail? I mean, what is that? What do you do?
I feel like it's pretty much the same thing, what American guys do, but just different food, different culture, just being at home. It's just different. I don't know how to explain what's the difference.
Yeah.
Because how to hanging out with friends and family is pretty much the same thing. Yeah. I mean, I've never been part of American family, but I guess it's pretty much the same thing.
So you got to America in 2019, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's widely known. I mean, one of the things that you have told me many different times is that as much as you missed home, you love your grandma, mom, and all the food and all that culture you talk about, but you absolutely love the lifestyle in America. You embraced it almost immediately. So talk about that transition for you when you came to America.
Most thing I loved about United States as a baseball player was having a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
because when I grew up in South Korea as a baseball player, was like we work out from 1 p.m. to like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. and get home and wake up at 7 a.m. go to school. So like we pretty much didn't have any like my time to like
Yeah.
recover myself, like clear my head or something like that. But as soon as I got to US, like especially spring training, I was pretty shocked. Like start at 7 a.m. Like if you have like a short day, you're done at like 10 a.m. and the
Yeah.
rest of the day, like you can chill yourself, do whatever you want to do. And I mean, it's being a professional is like that. Like rest of the day is like your day and do yourself, and then just you need to perform. You don't
Yeah.
have to like ask them to like, oh, can I play golf or like, can I eat this or something like that? Because in Korea, everything I did was like before I asked my coach like, can I do this? Can I
Yeah.
do that? But like in US, it was way much freedom to do whatever I want to do. So that's why I love the US. That's the main thing. I love the US so
Yeah.
much as soon as I get there.
So in the United States, you grow up and you play little league, and then you go play on your high school team, and then you go play college, and then you get drafted. There's a
Yeah.
progression to it like that. Is it the same way in Korea? Is it the same progression?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same way. We're more like 50-50 to elementary school baseball and Little League baseball, but I grew up as a Little League baseball player. And middle school, high school, same thing, but college is really different. If you're good at baseball, you don't go to college often. You just drafted straight to the professional, like which KBO,
Yes.
or straight to the MLB. Um, so that's why I was shocked. Like when I get to US, there's just so many like big college schools. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people get into it. A lot of people watching TV for the college baseball or college football. I was like, what? We don't do that, you know.
You have an awesome personality, Choi. You're
like,
awesome, man. I love it.
like when you go to a college baseball game, there's probably like 10 people there, like maybe
Yeah.
like a couple
Yeah.
scouts,
Absolutely.
but
And it's
here's
30
like,
degrees.
yeah, yeah. So like, I'm like, when I get there, like stadiums are packed, like
Yeah.
everyone like more into than like professional game, you know? I was like, wow, this is different. I loved it.
You obviously didn't grow up around it, but have you figured out American football yet?
Yeah, yeah. I
You
know
like
the
it?
rules. I have a team.
Oh,
I have
really?
yeah, I have an NFL team.
Who's your
but,
favorite
like,
team?
I don't have a like college football team. I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan
Okay.
because one of my best friend, he was a Dodger, Jimmy Lewis.
Yes, Jimmy. Yeah.
He he made me into the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Really?
which I hated about because they're really bad this season.
It is what it is, brother.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we have a young quarterback, so like we'll see later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's fast forward to 2021. Just a magical year for you. Carson Taylor was your catcher. You had a couple different catchers, but Carson was the primary catcher that year. He's actually with the Phillies now and had a great year last year with the Phillies. Congratulations, Carson, if you stumble upon this. But you had a wonderful year. Everything went perfect. You spotted all your pitches up, and you end up becoming the Dodgers minor league pitcher of the year. So talk about that year.
Honestly, that was like first season after COVID that minor league canceled. So my goal was just like just get a healthy year, like just do my job, like And then also I started as a piggyback at Rancho.
Yes.
I was kind of like a little bit disappointed myself, I would say, but I just did like my job like every game, every other game, and I don't know how I did that. Honestly, I just trusted my ability to pitch in the game, and it just went perfectly. Yeah.
So you're this young kid, of course, you can tell by his personality, very happy-go-lucky, never in a bad mood. In fact, the funniest story I've heard about you, like when you're at Great Lakes, Austin Brubaker was at the game, and you walked up to him, you said, "Hey, Austin, you smell that?" And Austin goes, "Smell what, Choi?" And you said, "I smell a win coming tonight," right? So just always in a good mood, always happy, always this and that. So you got to be thinking, here's this Korean boy that's loving being in America. He's the Dodgers minor league pitcher of the year. This is a pretty darn good thing. Hey, this is pretty easy, right? I mean, and then boom, it's not, right?
After 2021, honestly, I didn't have a great off season. My shoulder was way high, like, oh, I can do this. This is too easy or something like that.
Choi, you're awesome, man.
So, like, as soon as I get into the spring training in 2022, like, everyone like, hey, Choi's kind of fat right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was like, but I didn't notice that, like my body shape is like, doesn't seem that much difference.
Yeah.
Myself, but a lot of people who didn't see 4 months and then see me again, they noticed that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I guess I didn't being a professional in this offseason. And then I think that's why I had that bad result in 2022. So back then I was like very disappointed, like asking myself why I did that or something like that. But like as of right now, that makes me more professional. That makes me grow up as a man, as a player, because now I realize it, like, even had you had a good year, you can't do that. You have to, like, think. You have to try to, like, improve every single year. Like, off season is way important than you think, So, as of right now, I just learned a lot in 2022. So, that's why I became me right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seemed like when you came back from your strain, it was like you would start, stop, start, stop. You got a couple starts, had to shut it back down. Can you take us through that?
So usually a strain takes like 6 weeks, 8 weeks to recover. But so I had a first opening game in Great Lakes, and it was like, I guess it was like 30 degrees, if I have an excuse. So I think that's not the main reason, but like one of the reasons why I got that strain.
Sure.
But also I was fat. Yeah. After like 8 weeks or 10 weeks, a couple months later, I start throwing like bullpens kind of stuff to get back on the mound, but it was hurt again. But after the rehab, 10 weeks, so like I shut it down again, and then do another like couple weeks stuff, and throw the bullpen again, stuff like that, and then that takes like April to the September.
Yeah.
So it was literally whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a tough year. And also I went to the fall league, and then week before I had a COVID. So I couldn't do any workout. I just ate like a bunch of like fast food, like bad food, McDonald's or like ramen or something like that. And I got fat again. And I was throwing like 89 and 90. I wasn't me. And then not even just 2022, after that injury, like I kind of lose myself to like what I've been doing well. You know, it was such a long like time to. I feel like I forget what I did well in 2021.
Yeah, right.
So like in 2023, also I had to like I don't know what I need to do. My pitch type's kind of different. My changeup wasn't working like 2021. So it was very tough. Like 2022, 2023, and early 2024 as well.
This last year in 2024, you threw 115.1 innings. You bounced back and forth quite a bit between AA, Tulsa, and AAA Oklahoma City, which I'm sure you got used to that Turner Turnpike there, going back and forth between those two cities. So it was a very successful season for you. I mean, the results had a little bit up and down to them, but the fact that you threw 115.1 innings and you showed that you can have success at the AAA level, you had to have come out of last year very happy with your season.
Yeah, I was very happy. Of course, it was kind of tough situation that going back and forth, AA and AAA. But so I was kind of a little bit upset about like being back and forth because I thought I had a really like not a same situation as the other player because it's different baseball.
Yeah,
and
right. The baseball itself is different, yes.
Yeah, and then being back and forth at the flight, plane, or something like that, all the things. But after the season, I think about it and like, if I was just stay at Tulsa, like, if I didn't get any opportunity in AAA, like I would be more disappointing than this one. You know, like I'm very happy I threw like 70 innings in AAA. That I show every 30 teams that I can throw at AAA. So it was very good opportunity for me. Yeah, 2024 is very blessing. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're known for your pitch ability when you're on top of your game. And when I say pitch ability, what I mean is changing speeds, locating, setting hitters up with advanced sequencing, and not just having advanced sequencing, but being able to execute to a pinpoint level. So talk about that aspect of your game as far as pitching wise.
So first thing I came into US, I realized it. I'm not a like how to say
100 miles an hour.
I'm not throwing like 96, 97, 98 consistently. So I'm usually just like 91, 92. So I realized that like I need to like improve myself, like different things first to compete with the hitters. And I started a little more focus on my pitch ability, like command and control, throwing strikes, and having a lot of pitches. So yeah, like honestly, like I don't try to do command well or throwing strikes or something, but in my mentality, like I'm not trying, but in my mentality, I'm just like, yeah, just being able to do it.
Let's go through your pitch mix. Your fastball's in the 92 range. You mentioned that just a minute ago. 5 different pitches, great location. So take us through your pitch mix as you left 2024, what you're working on pitch mix wise over the off season, and what you're wanting to take into 2025.
So 2023 season, I didn't have much strikeout. I believe I threw like 50 innings with like 30 something punch out. So I was more working on like something I can throw in the zone. Because when I remember in 2023, I didn't have any like good slider or like good changeup. So I was rotating pretty much everything like up top of the zone with the cutter, with the fastball, and then changeup and slider for like just all these strike like pitches. So I was working on like more of my changeup, and I start working on my sinker, which it was very useful this season. And after I start throwing two seam, my changeup got better as well. I'm a big pronator, and then when I throw like two seam, a lot of people throwing like supinate two seam, but like I'm throwing like pronate two seam with like this. So I was very like get confidence with the pronator, and then when I throw changeup also, I can being able to like do this kind of stuff. So like my changeup was dropping a little more. So yeah, that's why like my 2024 had a great season. Like being able to go bottom of the zone, like get drop, like get batters chase more. So then my top of the zone, my fastball cutter or something like that is like working better than last season. So I have a 4-seam, 2-seam, and changeup, slider, and cutter.
Awesome.
So now I'm working on now I want to try on a throw a little harder on my slider, and of course like I want to throw harder for every pitches, but like mostly on my slider because my slider was like 78, 79, but I feel like if it could be like 82, 83, and cutter would be like 80, 87, 88. They'll be perfect, I think.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki is a big name right now on the free agency market. He just got posted. I know they're from Japan. You're from Korea. That's a totally different country, but it is in the same continent. So has Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, have these guys drawn any interest about the Dodgers in Korea?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, Shohei Ohtani is just different kind of star, I think. Like, we never seen before.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why in Korea, even in Korea, it's he's kind of like a god of baseball right now. So everyone asking me this season, oh, have you ever seen Shohei Ohtani? Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen it? I'm like, yeah, I seen it once in spring training, but I cannot even talk with him. I was like, "Ooh, that's." I was one of the fans too. Like, I'm just like, "Oh, that's Shohei Ohtani." What should I do? Even I'm wearing same shirt in spring training. I'm like, "Oh, Shohei Ohtani, can I get an autograph?" Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be cool if I join the Dodgers. Have opportunity to play with him, but we'll see. I'll do my best to get there.
Yeah,
it's definitely good for Asian baseball to having a lot of like Japanese player or Korean player to play in the big leagues. So I wish them best. I mean, I'm not a player that I can. I feel like I'm not a player that I can wish best for Shohei Ohtani, but like.
Did you grow up wanting to be any particular player from Korea?
Yeah, definitely. I was growing up chasing my dream with watching Hyun-jin Ryu's pitching because whenever he got to the Dodgers, I was 14 years old. I was on the first year in the middle school. So every morning I was watching his game, whatever his pitching. And also I feel like as I grow up as a professional baseball player, I mean, he's a lefty, I'm a righty, but I feel like I could follow him as a pitch style, having a pitch ability like that. That would be awesome, you know? Mm-hmm. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Really cool that your dad gets to come out probably, once a season to see you play in the States?
Yeah, my dad comes like twice a year.
Okay, good.
Yeah. He comes like once during the season and once in spring training. And yeah, that's really cool because it's the other country. It's not easy to come and back and forth, but I guess that's that love.
You're at the AAA level, and you're just one step away from the major leagues. So how do you keep your mind from wandering? Like, Man, I'm so freaking close. I'm sitting here in Oklahoma City, but I'm just one step away. How do you got to stay in the moment in baseball because it's so humbling. So how do you stay in the moment knowing you're so close?
I just make that as a motivation, you know. So it's really difference between last off season and this off season because last off season I was finishing at the high A. I still have to figure out how to play double A and triple A. So I was like, I'm not saying less motivation, but like this season
Sure.
is like, oh, I'm really really close.
Yeah.
If I get better just a little bit, I could get there. You know.
Yeah.
So like, as a motivation, make me make me work really hard and get focused on just little thing every single second. So
what things do you think you're doing well enough right now to be a consistent major leaguer? What things do you feel like you need to continue to work on the most?
I feel like I'm doing very good at like attitude
Yeah.
right now, being a good teammate as well. Because as soon as I get to the AAA, there's a lot of like former big league players,
Sure.
like who back and forth, who was like 10 years big leaguer. So like as I'm seeing them, like they're all good person and good teammate.
They are.
So, and I feel like I don't know about my another teammate's opinion. I'm just saying myself. I feel like I'm a pretty good teammate.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Trust me, you are.
So, yeah.
You're good stuff, Choi, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm doing well about that. But I just need to get better at like all my strength thing.
Yeah.
Like as a throwing a baseball or like lifting kind of stuff, because when I see American players or Latin players, they're way stronger than me. Every time I shake my hand with them, I'm like, oh, your grip strength is way stronger than me. I'm like, yeah. So I just need to get better at those kind of thing, like gym kind of stuff.
Awesome deal. Hey, that's enough business. Let's talk some fun stuff here. You ready to answer some fun questions, Hyun?
All right.
All right, very good. Okay, so obviously,
I hate business, you know.
do what?
I don't like business stuff.
Oh, I understand. Let's have a little fun here. Okay, so when you first came to America, the one thing you missed the most was the food from Korea. So the question is, did you seek out a Korean restaurant in LA or the area you were in, Arizona, wherever it may be? And if you did, was it any good?
In LA, actually, you don't have to find any Korean restaurant because there's a Koreatown.
Yeah.
Like that's literally just Korea.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
yeah, there's a nobody speak English there. There's literally Korea in downtown
Awesome.
LA.
Yeah.
So you don't have to find any restaurant. You just walk around and then you can find it. And in Arizona, it's kind of like a little far away. It's like 50 minutes away. It's in
Mesa, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like because ASU is closed there.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of like a study abroad.
Yeah.
Students there. So there's a lot of Korean restaurant and Asian restaurant right there. So I usually go there with Jang. Last season.
Yeah.
Last off season.
Yeah. You talking about Hyun Sok Yang?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
He's actually right in front of me right now.
Yeah.
He's
You need
working
to
out.
teach it. You need to teach him your good English so I can get him on for an interview. Right? He's learning it as we speak. So
I mean, I was so surprised. Like the end of the season, his English is not better.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
we'll see. And you know, Oklahoma, I had one restaurant, but
Where is it? I want to go there.
it's like I think it's like 5 miles away from Bricktown Ballpark.
Do you remember the name?
I'm not sure. It's
Okay. I'll look it up.
Soul or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's It's decent, but
It's
like
decent, yeah.
it's not like LA
Yeah.
or Arizona. It's not like West Coast Korean food.
I'm going to take the beautiful bride of 25 years, and we're going to go 5 miles west of Bricktown. You said it's called Seoul or something. I'll find it, and the bride and I of 25 years are going to go check that out and see what the fuss about it's all about. Okay, so you mentioned the first thing you do, obviously, is you hang out with your friends and your family. But beyond that, when you get back to Korea like you did in the off season, what's the first thing you do?
I don't know. I really enjoy to play computer game with the friends.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you go online with the video games.
Yep. Yeah. Especially like when I had a jet lag, I don't sleep till like 3 a.m. I just can't, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then first 2 weeks I don't have to do any workouts. Like I just do like a couple like cardios or something like that. So I was like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah. So you're from South Korea. You play professionally in America. So you've been to two great places. You lived in one and you work in the other. So the question here is not if, but when you sign your first multi-million-dollar contract with the Dodgers, where is your first vacation going to be? Where in the world?
I really want to go to Europe.
Okay, where about in Europe?
I'm a really big soccer fan.
Okay.
So I want to go to England and watch the soccer. My soccer team is Manchester United, so I want to go to Manchester so see my team's football. Football. Like kicking the ball.
Absolutely. So you play for the Dodgers and you're a fan of Man U, right? I mean, you like the good teams.
And Europe is just beautiful, you know. And I've never been there. I've been a lot of country in Asia, but I've never been Europe and America side beside the U.S. So honestly, like I want to travel everywhere.
Yeah.
Like especially working in U.S., you can go to Canada easily. It's pretty short. Mexico, and like Europe for sure. Yeah.
All right, last fun question here. So tell us about your favorite moment playing baseball in Korea as an amateur, and then also your favorite moment playing baseball since you become a professional here in America.
So my favorite moment in Korea is my last tournament in high school.
Yeah?
I just won a championship, and I was the last pitcher. And
You got to get the last 3 outs.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
I threw like 2.1, I think, 2.1 inning, and it was 1-run game. And then I gave up base hit and the first hitter in the bottom ninth. So I was like, but it went well. 2 outs, 1-2, and then I got through slider, and then got a strikeout, and then catcher having a ball, and then running to me, and then hugging. That was favorite moment in Korea. I want to feel that. I want to feel that in my career in the professional baseball as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what Dodgers did this season. I loved it.
Yeah, that was fun. I guess you watched back in Korea, right?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Okay, hey, Hyun, this has been such a great honor. Like I said, I've had a chance to actually talk to you a couple times, not an interview setting, but just kind of in a dugout here or there before a game. What an awesome young man you are. You have a wonderful career ahead of you. I can't thank you enough for coming on Dodgers Daily. It's a wonderful honor to get to speak with you. It is a great pleasure. So thank you so much, Hyun-iL Choi, for joining Dodgers Daily.
Thank you so much. Thank you.